guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Addie. Today we are talking about the 4th of July and the celebration of our great nation. Things are a bit uncertain this year with coronavirus and semi-quarantine still happening, but we still want to make it special and have a great time. So I thought I would share with you what I think our day is going to look like, and we have 2 little girls, and so how we're going to keep them entertained, what we're going to be serving, and how we're going to make the day fun even with everything going on. If you are new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button below and give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it.
Our 4th of July morning will probably start like most mornings do after breakfast, and we get the kids busy with an activity or a craft or something that immediately gets them going for the day. For 4th of July, there's a couple activities I would recommend. The first one is cutting sponges into fireworks shapes. And then you can give them red, white, and blue paint to do it with. Now, I would recommend getting a paintbrush and having them actually paint the sponge rather than dipping the sponge, only because it will keep them occupied a little bit longer. They might eventually dip it themselves, but it'll just give you a little extra free time. The next activity I would recommend is a sensory bin. And for this 4th of July themed one, I just did some water with some red and blue food coloring, and then just different 4th of July themed items. So I did some red, white, and blue pom-poms, pipe cleaners, stars. She got some red sprinkles. That was her request. I did sequins, and then I did some ice to add a little bit more texture. She loved mixing this up. This was something the baby also enjoyed helping her play with, as you can see here. She liked to just dip her hands in and feel it too. But this was something that actually kept her entertained longer than I thought it would, because it's a typical activity we would normally do doing sensory bins, but she liked the change for 4th of July. The last activity is a firework activity. I had her draw with glue some firework shapes and then put salt over it and then use a dropper of red, white, and blue food coloring to make them look like fireworks. After that, we'll try to probably get outside. Getting outside is so important for us in the morning. It really helps break up the day. And on 4th of July, our neighborhood usually does a little bike parade, so I think we will likely spend some time decorating our bikes. We got most of our supplies from the Dollar Tree, which is such a good place. You know, it's so cheap and you can really get some good stuff. We put some of the stars in her headband, and she was so excited to show off her new bike around the neighborhood. For lunch, I thought it would be fun to do a 4th of July theme, and we did red and blue food coloring on spaghetti to make red, white, and blue spaghetti. And then it really pairs well with some Parmesan cheese shaved on top. It gives it that little extra pop of white for the 4th of July. Isabel really liked this, and I actually ended up topping it with some chicken. After lunch, we do nap time, and 4th of July is going to be an important day to make sure that we get nap in because she's going to be up late for fireworks. Juliana, it doesn't really matter, but Isabel's going to want to stay up, so we definitely need to make sure that she gets her nap in, and she gets 2 books at nap time. For 4th of July, the first book I'd recommend is The Story of America's Birthday by Patricia Pingree. Then Happy Birthday America by Mary Pope Osborne. The Night Before 4th of July by Natasha Wings, The American Flag by Tyler Monroe, and finally The 4th of July Mice by Bethany Roberts. After nap, we'll be going back outside as we usually do on a normal day. We love getting in outdoor time as much as we can. And for 4th of July, you know, it's typically hot, so probably doing some sort of water activity is what we'll probably end up doing, whether it's a sensory bin or the sprinkler. Of course, doing chalk. What can you have a 4th of July without chalk? I'm not so sure. So we will definitely likely pull the chalk out and let everybody join in on that. You can always do some chalk games too if you don't just want to draw. And then likely I'll just let the girls have free time. And Isabel loves doing her scooter or pushing a baby or, you know, just doing whatever she does. And that will give us adults some time to just hang out too. So whether we want to play cornhole or just prep dinner or, you know, just hang out and have a beer, whatever we might want to do, it's nice to be able to do that. We'll also likely pull out the bubbles because bubbles just keep kids entertained for so long. And we like to do bubbles in odd ways to just keep them more interested than a wand. So right now you can see she's trying to do bubbles through a straw. And for dinner, we will likely have many options that just scream 4th of July. I love doing a good salsa and guacamole. This is cowboy caviar where I'm pointing now, and it's just a recipe I really love. Of course, we will have all the chips. I love Tostitos. My husband is a big fan of Grippos, and cheddar sour cream ruffles are my absolute favorite. I actually once ate an entire bag when I was pregnant with Isabel. Of course, hamburgers and hot dogs are a staple on 4th of July, so of course we will be having those. I cannot wait to grill out. And as for sides, we will also likely do typical American sides, so potato salad and corn and coleslaw. Those are some of my absolute favorites. My mother-in-law has the best potato salad recipe, so I'm so glad that I got that from her. For dessert, I think a fruit pie or a fruit cookie is just such a cute idea for 4th of July. I love doing something festive like that, and fruit is always so festive and refreshing in the summer. I also really like this firework bark. It's Chinese noodles in white chocolate and then colored and with some sprinkles. So good. And then as the night comes to a close, we will definitely be doing fireworks. My husband is very fond of fire and fireworks, and our daughter has definitely gotten that from him. Juliana is so scared of fireworks still. She still does not like the loud sounds, but these little small fireworks, sparklers and bottle caps or bottle rockets, I don't know what they're called. I'm clueless here. In my town, they have canceled the 4th of July fireworks show already because of coronavirus. So I think doing a couple small ones at home is going to be especially special this year since we don't get to see the big show.
Thank you everyone for watching. Happy Independence Day.